And I should blow a horn, right? All right, hi everyone. This is Scott, Toaster, Sun Guardians. We have camp leads here together and project leads together, just to do a walkthrough for camp, just to make sure we got all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed. I do want to address one thing, this is camp wide. Um, when we have events and we call meetings, it's not show up whenever you feel like it. Granted, I was a few minutes late getting started here today, but like even at the lookout, when we had our social get-togethers, there's a lot of people missing that really should be there. This is community building. This is, you know, uh, us getting to know each other before we get out there. And one of the things that we need to avoid out there, and all of us as leaders in the group, is if we start seeing people falling into cliques and just disappearing, we need to be mindful of that and bring it to people's attention. I think we have the potential for a few cliques in the camp, and a few is a high number to say, but there's a couple. Well, there is, but there's not to the point where you've kind of disconnected from the camp as a whole. We did have a couple people last year that really kind of vanished during the week, and I don't want that to happen. I want everybody involved and everybody engaged. I'm not asking for a lot from people, just at least one volunteer thing a day. Do your meal, show up at your times, help the camp, be ready every day and at night, and we'll make sure you get fed, showered, and all that other fun stuff. So I have not asked a lot of people, and if I have, then tell me about it offline, but I think we've got a fairly easy camp set up, especially after 4 years now. One of our main goals today is to go over the camp setup, and we're just going to do a walkthrough of the camp as one of the things that we're going to do today. I also want to talk about arrival on the playa for setup, and then I also want to talk about breakdown. We need to talk about volunteers and see where we're at with that and getting people assigned to meals. I have not had a chance to even look at the volunteer list in a while, but I'm hoping that I think Kevin and Sam have that under control. Some people are still asking about getting signed up for meal times. We just took on Oksana and Alex, and they'll need to be applied to that too. But I'm not sure where everybody else stands. And no, we are not going to sign up any more people. We lost 4. I replaced them with 5, and that's it.
So our total is what?
We should have 44 people in camp right now. In Sun Guardians. The Rudist Lounge is 30 people. And we're going to be, for the most part, independent from each other. Like, their kitchen is really far away from ours. Their shower, water, evap, and all that other stuff is completely separate. The only time we're going to come together is on Wednesday night. And I think, Mary, are we talking about that tonight too?
We can. Sure.
Okay.
And
Right.
it's 200 meatballs last night.
And what?
We made 200 meatballs last night and frozen.
Oh, okay. Wow. And don't forget your vegetarian ones, by the way.
Nope, they're on the list.
Okay.
We got it all locked in.
All right. So, I don't know if you guys can access this graphic. It's in the Sun Guardians group. The latest graphic, I don't know how, it's the difference between the latest graphic and the other ones is that on each edge it says boundary between camps 8 feet on the 3 edges that were touching other camps. There's only one other version with Mike's changes on it here that's posted, but this is the latest one. So let's start from approaching the camp. So basically what we're creating is we've got the Rudist Lounge on one side with a little harem tent set up and their gifting tree. On the other side, in the middle, we have our courtyard, which will include the fire pit and a safety perimeter of 10 feet in diameter that's shown on the graphic. And that'll be in front of the tea house. And we'll have a fire extinguisher and first aid kit out there. We are currently sitting on 1 fire extinguisher, right?
Yeah, the one that's in the storage unit.
Okay.
We have not gotten another one. I was thinking of getting another one to put in the kitchen.
Anybody tested that?
What?
It hasn't been tested. Did we check the tag? I remember when we were there doing inventory. Did we check the tag to see if it needed to be inspected?
Our determination was that it should be inspected.
Okay. I did see fire extinguishers over at Lowe's that weren't too pricey. I'm just going to add that to the needs list right now. I don't think we should not have one at the tea house and one at the kitchen. And the one at the kitchen, I think, is the priority.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need one at
And
the
then,
hotel
yeah.
as well?
Well, that's what the one at the tea house is for.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's just the one he was talking about, the fire pit, and so the one position at the tea house is actually meant for the fire pit.
Gotcha.
Because I doubt we're gonna have any fires in the tea house, unless depends on how well Ray decorated it.
Yeah.
Well, it may have fire dancers in the tea house.
You ran the conversation here, but you said you had a chandelier, but it didn't have lights.
Yeah, I found a chandelier on Craigslist, and it's more decorative. Like, basically, we're taking fabric and kind of trying to make it into like a genie bottle effect in there, and then just have the chandelier.
You could weave some EO wire through it or some LED and put light in it that way.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I have those 2 strings reserved for you, and they have white bulbs on the end of them like that. They're LED.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys want to, work with that any way you want, so
Okay.
we can work it out. No, actually, this is good because, when we're standing in the courtyard right now, just kind of looking at camp, and it's good to talk about that because I'm curious to see, what you guys did for the tea house. Can you maybe just go into that since we're talking about it?
Yeah, I mean, just the way we left off, they made a sign, just like a simple like real estate open house type sign that says tea house. We have our tent. We have about 40 yards of fabric. I think maybe more, but about 40 yards. And we're just gonna make, like I said, like a hanging drape, add a little chandelier, and then some cushions, some throw pillows, which we already have also, elsewhere. And again, this was just trying to zhuzh up the same tea house idea we had last year. Like we didn't put in a lot of resources, more than like $100 each to really do much. So it's not like it's like a Las Vegas casino lobby. It's gonna be like it's gonna be the tea house we had last year with some added fabric and pillows.
We have a Las Vegas marquee. We need a Las Vegas tea house.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's bringing all that stuff in? Where's the fabric? Where's the chandelier?
I'm bringing the chandelier, the cushions, some floral pots, and I think that's it. And then the girls from Washington are bringing the sign and the fabric and rugs. They went out. They were gonna buy rugs as well, like Persian style or thick fabric to like lay on the ground.
That is awesome.
That's cool.
And it is Hanuman's House of Ramen and Tea. Is the
I think
name
we,
of it.
I told them that they have creative direction on the sign because they were asking me what they should put on the sign. I said just use your own imagination, but as long as it says tea house, because yeah, they said the same thing.
It is Hanuman's House of Ramen and Tea. That's what it is in the booklet. You know.
I thought we canceled ramen. I mean, I'm wrong there. I might be wrong, but I thought we canceled ramen.
We canceled ramen, but the name is still the same.
Got it. I mean, I haven't talked to the girls this week, so I'll find out. But I just said as long as it says tea house, we're good.
I don't know. I'm telling you, we're not good. It's called Hanuman's House of Ramen and Tea. If I have to make another sign, I'll do that. But let's stick to what the program says.
Okay. Well,
It's not just a namby-pamby renaming things. This is what it is in the camp description. This is what the name is in the booklet that's going out. That's the name that's on the map that is being published for Burning Man.
right. But I think I don't know if you're gonna get stuck on this. It's kind of like the black tea milk tea situation last year. But if people know it's a tea house, even if it says ramen or not, I think they'll know what it is. But again,
Okay.
we'll
The
do our
point is that that's not what it's called, Ray. Seriously.
right.
If we could stick with the naming, I can't just call Sun Guardians, oh, that camp that does yoga, and put a sign in front of it. It's called Sun Guardian. The Rudist Lounge can't be just, the Rudy Tooty Club. They're the Rudist Lounge. I published in the book that that this was going to be Hanuman's House of Ramen and Tea. And that's what the name on the sign is going to be.
Okay, I'll double check on that.
No, I need to make sure it happens.
Right. I mean, it could already have happened. I'm saying I haven't spoken to the girls since they made the sign, so I will follow up on that.
How did they make it, Ray?
Ray,
Yeah.
he's got a question.
How did they make it?
Out of wood. They bought wood, like plywood.
Okay. Painted on it or cut out letters?
The original plan was to go have something printed, like a big, 3x4 poster from like a FedEx with like a graphic and everything. I don't know if they went that route or if they just hand painted the sign.
Okay. So if it's just painted, it can be painted over and repainted. That's fine. As long as they didn't cut letters out of wood, we're cool.
Yeah, no. Again, these are not. It's not like it's just like a simple A-frame sign.
Okay.
I need confirmation by the end of the day today what that sign says. I have to go make a new one. I'm just going to go make a new one. But I want the sign to be correct.
Okay.
All right. Tea house. The tea house sounds like it's looking really great. And I really appreciate the effort that's being put into that. It just, I know I'm jumping up your nose about this stuff, but I mean, I just don't understand how people are departing from what the plan is that we'd have out there. No, it's not fine. Let me finish what I'm saying, because it's not fine because, I mean, there's a certain degree of, creative license that I'm definitely open to. But there are, some things that are published to be a certain way, and if we're not meeting that agreement that we've put out there, then in my mind we're not doing something right. And just blowing off, showing up at meetings, making sure our stuff is correct. I mean, I've got a lot of I's I need to dot and a lot of T's I need to cross for safety roads, safety, recognition, what we're doing out there. And, I know the old term herding cats, and I know that there's certain levels of creative license that need to be out there. But and I'm not just doing this to be an asshole. You know, this is the way that we're published to be, and we need to stick to it. Okay. The two art features in the courtyard, I've got one of them almost done. I just do not see the bandwidth to do the other one. Although I did buy like $20 worth of materials for it. If I have the time to do it, I'll do it. I'm still worried how I'm even going to get the first one up. I don't even honestly know what it is yet. To tell you the truth, I honestly don't even know. I bought, and I don't know, maybe Ray can use these, but I bought a whole bunch of pieces of a crystal chandelier that I thought would be really nice for catching light out there. I'll bring them. If we can use them, we'll use them. If we can't, we can't. Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. That's actually pretty cool.
It puts color all over the wall.
Nice. Actually, that's pretty darn cool.
So anyway,
Okay.
crystals and sunlight go together.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So then walking into the temple, on the way there, we got the bike racks, which Paul put together. I think he put together 40-foot worth of bike racks, which will work for the way the graphic is showing them along the temple wall. I don't think we have enough for bike racks for residents, but that's where the bikes should go when they're just parked, unless they're at your RV or your tent. But just for centralized purposes, let's just say they go there. Going into the temple, they'll enter through the corner, and the first half of the temple, more or less, will just be prayer flags and LED lighting. That'll be all kind of draped together in like that graphic that Maya put on there. If you're curious what that graphic looks like, it's in the Road to 2016 file in our photos section. It's kind of inspired a little bit from that. It's just intermingling the lights and the prayer flags sort of over just one part of the temple, while the face of the temple will have the 4 icons that I made, Hanuman, Ganesh, the lotus, and the hammer will be on the face of the temple, and the round inside. And they'll be up by the round circle that's shown on the graphic, which is that 16-foot carpet that Mary loves so much. Also, there's a new carpet that is in the stores that Kevin added, which is large and go in the second half. Now we have a projection screen that should be in there. It'll be strung between 2 of the tent poles. I think, Mary, you said you have that already?
Good. What?
The projection screen?
I don't have the projection screen.
I thought you said you had a white fabric that was going to go on there. No?
No, no.
Yeah, white something. So I'll add that to the list. All right, so there'll be a white projection screen. We have the dust-free box, and we have a projector that Mike Pierce is loaning us for the movies on Monday and Friday. DVD. They'll be on DVDs. Yeah. Then, yeah. I'm sure Mike will hold on to it. It's part of his project. So, then we need to talk about electricity and sound for that space. And I think this starts going into Sam's area a little bit. I think you're kind of taking the dominant role on this right now. Is that right, Sam?
If you need me to, yeah, I can do that. I know. I just saw that we're getting Hunter's solar panel, and then is there another one besides his that we're getting?
Yeah, we have one in our inventory, and then
Okay.
Jeff is bringing out Hunter's other one. I don't know how many batteries we've got.
Yeah.
Has anyone talked to you about that?
No. I don't know how many batteries we have. We also need the charge controller for the solar panel to make sure that the battery doesn't get overcharged.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah.
I'm confused about this. I never really saw it work last year. How does the power get from the battery to the utensil?
Oh, we just plug it in to an adapter.
So yeah, in addition to the battery, the solar panel, and the charge controller, we'd also need an inverter, which I'm assuming.
Yeah. I know we have at least one complete set in our storage to make that work. And then I think he's doing the same thing.
Does anybody have any idea how much power that can have?
No.
So,
Everybody
yeah.
that knows isn't with us right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It was a Hunter thing. Right?
I am a little worried about the projector. I know that that's pretty power intensive. The DVD player is probably fine.
Well,
I'm gonna rent a generator. We could run them off the RV generators, but then we run the danger of people not having enough gas to get back to work.
So he's doing the generator partially to power the sign to make sure that it's on when it needs to be on. Yeah.
Another thing that would be good is just to make sure that we're coming with the batteries already fully charged, so that we're just topping them off with the solar panel rather than trying to charge them back up.
I mean, at least unless you have access to that, there's no way that's going to happen.
Where is the battery stored?
They're in the storage. How do you charge them?
How do you charge it?
Yeah, I don't have a battery.
Yeah, you can run a DC to AC converter to charge it.
We're not going to have a chance to do that. We're going to have to charge on the playa.
Okay.
We just don't have the logistics to do that. And I think that's how we handled it last year too. Okay, so we'll need power for the temple. The generator is going to power the sign, and then
The generator will power. So, if any of you guys have a long extension cord that you could just throw in your bag, might not be a bad idea.
So Doug's bringing a bunch of power strips. I've got at least two. Mary, maybe you can confirm this. Since neither of you are on the screen, so at least I can't see it.
Can't see it.
Well, I see shoulders, I think. At least on my view. Anyways, I think we have at least two 100-foot extension cords and one
Yes, we do.
multi-headed extension cord that we have. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like we'll be fine. Are there any questions about the stuff that we've covered so far? Anything that hasn't been hit on that somebody needs to talk about? So you'll also notice on both sides of the courtyard there's safety road in, and I've got several safety roads around the camp. We are required to leave a border between us and our neighbors, so in case emergency vehicles need to get through. I've included roads so we can get RV services, water services, and stuff like that. But Mike has the way he's positioned all of his people is kind of eaten up those roads. So I'm going to be working with him when we get out there because they're not going to start any building until we all get out there. They have the one structure, but they also have all their personal stuff that they can focus on until we get there. That's all that. This is all them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So all those names that you don't recognize in the funny writing, that's them. This is all our people
Okay.
here. Yeah.
I'm
All right.
sorry?
No, we'll figure it out. They'll just figure it out. It's fine. There's enough tents here for everyone. There's enough tent space for everyone. Okay, so safety roads are important. I've estimated about 10 feet wide on them, so vehicles can get in, water trucks can get in, and stuff like that. They have to be there. This is important for leads especially. Kevin and Ray. These roads have to exist. I don't know if Mike's going to listen to this, but these roads have to be there. They have to be able to get to the gray water tank, the white water tank. They have to be able to get to the RVs.
Got it.
You know, it's up to us just to make sure that we get these. I just don't understand his thinking with this, but I talked to him about it directly. He's asking me about all this space here with all this because the road's supposed to be here, so they can get to the water tanks. You know, Mike was just trying to space things out for people, but we need to really make sure we've got the space that we need. So that takes us into back of the house. So we got 8 carports that'll be put together here, and they're all represented. The kitchen and dining room will consist of 3 carports strung together. If there was a way to lift those up about 6 inches or a foot, that would be awesome. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. Well, the way that they sit, if you walk through, you're going to smack your head on the poles between each one. Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, yeah. Anyone over 5 feet tall is going to get, you know, knocked in the noodle on these. So we need to kind of make sure if we can. I'm going to look and see if I can find something at Lowe's just to lift them up.
Like cinder block?
No, they got these. They've got these things that you can raise tents with, but it'll create a gap underneath. Yes. It's just, they're actually like cone-shaped things with a flat platform that have a ridge up around them so you can raise it up. But I think this would be important for people that are, you know, over 5 feet tall, which might be most of us.
The non-hobbits.
The non-hobbits, yes.
Careful.
And,
I know, sorry.
no, you don't worry about it. You don't worry about it. You can. You're doing enough right now. You're doing enough right now. Yeah, good. Okay, but I don't want you to take on more than what you got right now. So. Okay. So the layout's just kind of general, and then we got the aluminate that'll go across the top, and then we'll have a pole that will hold the center of the aluminate up like we did last year. Hopefully stronger and less bendy. No, this is a solid structure. Do you remember where people were camped underneath last year?
Yeah.
All those tents. That's two of these put together. So it's a solid roof. So some people have hinted about trying to do some decorating inside that space. Nobody's followed through on it, which is fine. I do have LED lighting that'll go in there to help keep it illuminated in here. This whole space, the whole backstage space here is all enclosed, so people can't really just wander in. Each of those tent footprints are 10 by 10 spaces, which is more than what some people will use, but everybody needs to stay within their 10 by 10 footprint. Unless you make a deal with your neighbor. Yep. It's all carports. And then kitchen. I see the sink here, right?
Mhm.
Any reports on the sink?
I'll demonstrate it when we get outside.
Okay.
Kevin, that new faucet, pretty good trick.
Kevin?
Yeah,
Said the new faucet worked like a charm.
it worked well.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Great.
Are you and Mary here for this meeting, or what?
What are you talking about?
I mean, we're talking to you, but you're not answering.
I didn't hear it, Toaster.
Okay.
There's a little bit of a muffle on your end.
Yeah, I mumble also. I get accused of it all the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
very hard to hear Doug. Like most of what Doug is saying is inaudible.
That's the normal reaction I get anyway.
Okay. Let's see. So, other equipment. Mary, you got all those pots and pans all cleaned up. I saw everything in there. Everything looks great.
Yeah, there's
Do you
just
have
one more
anything-
box to go
What's
in
that?
there. And I said there's one more box to go in there, and they're more, cooking oils, coconut oil, a measuring cup, things like that.
Okay.
But it'll be there. Kevin will bring it over and move in, load out, whatever.
And we had plenty of like knives and utensils and that stuff, right? 'Cause I know
Yes.
Yeah.
I replaced everything from last year. I sharpened all the knives professionally. So,
Yeah, you're not going to believe it. The kitchen supplies are transformed.
yes, they are transformed. I threw most of last year's away.
Cool. Yeah.
Style kitchen.
Thank you for not asking me much about it and just doing it.
Are we good on like foil and saran wrap and that stuff?
I have some foil. I don't have any saran wrap. People are bringing Ziploc bags, which are actually a better means to store leftovers in.
That's true.
Okay, the Ziploc bags for the dishes and stuff like that. Do we already have those?
Yes, we do. And we
Can
have
we
the binder
get those?
clips there as well.
What's that?
The binder clips are there as well. There's some extra ones in the box that is in the trunk of my car right now just because the camp swelled to a little bit more than what it was last year.
Yeah.
We'll probably need a little longer row. We didn't have 40 people last year.
We had 37 last year.
Okay, so that'll be about the same.
Yeah, we're not too far off.
And there was a
we're-
Sharpie in there as well for someone, Ernie did it last year, to write the names on each Ziploc bag.
Right.
Do you think we can get the names on these Ziploc bags before we get out there?
No. I mean, unless I go to storage and pull out the Ziploc bags and write the names on them.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
there's a
never
few
mind.
in my car right now, but more like 7 bags.
Okay. No, it's okay. I just was thinking ahead.
If everybody brought their labels, they can just stick a little label on there.
Hey, Toaster, can I make a comment about storage?
Yeah.
I was there this morning with Paul and Alex, and we dropped off the crates and the poles for the bike racks, I think. So those are in there now. It's really full. We were able to get stuff in there without too much trouble, but just a warning, when we get there, if you get there before me on Thursday, the day we load, it's pretty packed in.
Okay. So we can't keep just dumping stuff in there and expecting it to get out there. There's a finite amount of room in vehicles. I've got people hitting me up in camp asking me to bring their stuff out for them. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, that was my response when I was asked that too.
Yeah, no way. Well, didn't he talk to you about putting those in the storage locker? That was my understanding.
Oh, that? Yeah, that I can't help. That, I think Mary was there for that too. I mean, we can transfer like the monkeys into those. We can transfer,
Other
maybe
miscellaneous.
prayer flag. Yeah, exactly.
They have them really well. They're kind of nested in groups of 3, so it's really easy to pick up 3 at once and move them. So that's how we loaded them into the locker. So they fit really well. They kind of stack next to and on top of one another. So the stuff that's in there, it's not crammed in, but it's full. It's just a
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, yeah, and hopefully the two vans that we'll be getting, we had the one van last year. We'll have two vans this year. Um, Trying to rent a 20-foot truck is going to be very problematic. So I've opted to rent the two U-Haul vans.
hmm
They're both like 9-foot interior. They're the standard like white vans you see around. What?
Yeah, the panel van thing.
I'm hearing an oh shit from Doug. I'm trying to find out why.
Well, because I need you to take.
How long are they? Shouldn't be bad. I mean, they just fit up against the wall. Yeah, we'll have to see about figuring that out.
I mean, it all comes apart, but I was trying not to.
Oh, it's gonna have to be taken apart,
Yeah,
no matter what we
well,
do.
well, really don't.
I mean, we have to be able to fit it in of flat slides.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the more stuff that gets dumped in there, the more stuff we got to figure out how to fit into these two vans, and there's always going to be more shit coming back than what's going out.
right.
So that's just something we got to think about, because there's trash and whatever else is left behind that we have to make sure we get. And we all need to be very clear with everyone. You know, you pack it in, you pack it out. You know,
Right.
all of us need to stand strong on that. All right. The water tanks and everything are all ordered. The showers built, ready to go.
What I don't have planned yet or taken care of is what would sit in.
I think we're frozen. Are you guys still there?
I'm still here.
Oh, it looked frozen.
No, I think they
Scott's.
froze.
Yeah,
I think they're frozen.
Scott and Doug are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll text Toaster.
Okie dokie. Hey, Sam.
Yes.
Shall I call you after this and we can look at the volunteer sheet together?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Mary's here too, so maybe the three of us can go over it kind of quickly and identify any gaps that we need to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
So, I mean, I don't know. Scott's not online right now, but I want to say, so is the truck 100% off the table?
It sounds like it is. It sounds like that we're limited to two vans, and I believe Kurt's going to drive one and Toaster the other one. Or maybe, were you going to drive one? No.
I was. I mean, well, I said I could, but logistically, I have a truck that I'm filling up with, like, you know, the leaf blower, and I have 2 tables, and the decor, and my stuff. So I would either have to, like, bring my truck and have all the contents of my truck put into the van as well, and then...
Yeah, you're better off driving the truck and having that extra space, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd much prefer to drive my truck.
So let's just confirm who's driving the other van. At one point it was Kurt, but I'm not 100% on that.
Mm-hmm.
Have they responded?
I think he knows that it's messed up and probably trying to get back online.
Okay.
So, whose kitchen? Are you guys using Mary's kitchen or your kitchen, Kevin?
My kitchen.
Cooking.
We're in my kitchen.
Oh, is it just like
We had to clean all the meatballs off of my kitchen.
Oh, you should have seen it. Oh my God, you guys. It was epic.
We had the meatball
It was like
assembly line going.
1 in the morning, and we made 200 meatballs. We were just full of punchy and a little drunk.
And then I had to work the rest of the night until 10:30 this morning.
Ah,
Oh God.
yeah.
How big are these meatballs? Like,
Uh,
like Italian fist?
They're like
No, baseballs. A little smaller than baseballs.
a tennis ball.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Here, hang on.
Yeah, we'll show you. We have,
Balls.
That's a
Big balls.
you should have seen the stack of meat in Mary's refrigerator.
yeah. I'm like, that's a lot of meat. Like,
Did you see the
That's
picture?
gross.
That's
Here they are.
Wow.
wow.
That's
That
5.
is serious.
They're super tasty.
They're so good.
You guys have a commercial-sized refrigerator in the RV?
We need it. We're freezing them, and then we're just going to stick them in coolers. So then by Wednesday, they should be fine.
Yeah, the ice cream had to go bye-bye.
And then we'll just drop them, by bag into boiling water, and then unseal them and serve them. We're going to buy those big turkey roaster
Oh, that's right.
tins
To
to
serve
serve
things.
out of for that dinner. And then we have to buy all the paper plates and stuff.
Yeah, I already bought it.
Did you
Already
already do
bought
that? Oh my
It's in the trunk of my car.
god.
Oh no, I'm gonna buy a machine.
Cause
Scott says one more minute.
And we figured out the appetizer portion. We're gonna do a 3-bean salad with an add of crumbled bacon if you want it, and feta cheese if you want it.
Wait, feta cheese? Or
feta
blue?
and bacon. Yeah, we know we can buy feta in big blocks. That will.
Yeah.
Well, blue would have been awesome, but
Pricey.
we have to adapt. Yeah, for
Pricey.
sure. I wanted goat cheese initially, but it gets too much.
It's too mushy and it doesn't come in the big tubs,
Mm.
industrial strength tubs.
Can you
And
guys think of another appetizer? We've got this pasta salad that's got veggies and garbanzos in it. So
sun-dried tomatoes and Kalamata
olives,
We could
bell
do
pepper.
what like a bruschetta? You just chop a bunch of bread and
We've got bread. We've got bread that we're going to serve with the pasta, and then the meatballs, and then there'll be a vegetarian.
Maybe we do bruschetta instead though.
We could do bruschetta instead of garlic bread with the meal. We were going to do like garlic bread, like grill it.
yeah.
But we could grill it and then just like get a tomato mixture put on top.
Yeah, tomato.
I would eat with the 3-bean salad, and then that's the appetizer. Then the meal will be this huge pasta dish
With meatballs.
with meatballs. And then for dessert, cookies.
Yes.
We go Italian.
Yeah.
Costco cookies.
Get Italian cookies, you would, but
I asked Mary, I was like, oh, Italian wedding cookies? And she's like, no, Costco.
Costco cookies.
Yeah.
Costco Reno cookies.
Italian wedding cookies would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm not making those.
Yeah.
We did the meatballs. I've been shopping at